Hi everyone, Morgan here. Today I want to talk about gray man. So I've never talked about gray man before. It's always been a topic that I've kind of avoided because my perspective on it is going to be kind of controversial. Now, my perspective is not that we shouldn't be gray man, okay? But my perspective is that I think a lot of people try way too hard to blend in, but actually end up sticking out. I think they are focused way too highly on the clothes that they wear, and they don't focus at all about their attitude. They don't focus, on how to behave or what they need to do in public and how to blend in. Gray man is much more than what we wear. It's how we actually behave. In this sense, in saying this, you can do both. You can wear, whatever is in your environment, and you can also act the way that your environment is acting. Let's say, that my kid has an orange backpack. I once showed my kid's backpack and it was bright orange at the time. Now it's a frozen Elsa backpack. And some people were like, yeah, I don't think that it should be an orange color. Well, first of all, she's a kid, and a kid backpack is expected, okay? A kid having a kid backpack is expected, right? That's being gray man. You are acting the part. She's acting appropriately to being a kid. She has a kid backpack, right? So now in saying that, let's say that I wanted like a black tactical looking backpack. Now, a lot of people might sneer at this because, maybe their environment doesn't have like a bunch of military or, whatever. So they wouldn't blend in real well with a tactical backpack. Where I used to live when I had the tactical backpacks, I don't have a tactical backpack anymore. I actually have a Kelty backpacking. But I've changed my bags accordingly to not only fit my needs, but to fit my environment as well. I used to live in a very heavy military town, so I had tactical gear. Nobody blinked an eye. And I think even no matter kind of where you are, our military is not like some secret organization. Like, people have been in the military, they had military gear. It's not some secret, okay? Now, would military gear make you a higher target? I'm on the fence about this. Because here's my thought. A backpack, if you have a backpack, it doesn't matter whether it's a JanSport backpack or whether it's a 511 super tactical backpack, right? If you have a backpack on, it looks like it has stuff in it, and there's somebody else who's in desperate need of food, water, whatever, and they see your backpack, and they see, that person has stuff. They may have food. Well, they're my target. It doesn't matter how you look at this point. It literally doesn't matter. Now, it will matter how you carry yourself and how you act. Your clothing and everything else is irrelevant because you still have to look like a hard target, okay? If you have stuff on, you still have to look like a hard target. Now, whether you have stuff on or not, you still have to look like a hard target. If you look like a soft target, you're looking down, you look scared, whatever, you're going to be that soft target. And so if you're the one with the soft target and the backpack, they're going to choose you. But if you look like a hard target and you have a backpack, chances are lower that they're going to choose you. It's not non-existent, but it's lower. It's not just the type of clothes that you have. It's not just the type of gear that you have. It's the way that you carry yourself, and it's the way you act. If everybody's running one direction and you're trying to run the opposite direction, you're giving yourself away as somebody who knows something or is doing something out of the norm. Okay? It was kind of like with the mask mandate, right? I was so torn because I was like, I hate these masks. I don't need to wear a mask. I'm not sick. But at the same time, everybody else was wearing a mask. So do I want to be that person that was standing out not wearing a mask? Or am I going to be the person that goes ahead and wears the mask? It was so torn because that's that whole gray man philosophy of what everybody else is doing, you should be doing as well. Well, if everybody else was wearing the mask, you should be wearing the mask. Now, this is only talking about kind of physical appearances and things like that. I'm not talking about anything else. Now, as you can see, I have a long sleeve shirt on. You would never know that I have distinguishable tattoos because I was able to cover them up. Okay? Something that a lot of people talk about is, well, it's distinguishing features, things like that. So wear a hat, put your hair up, hide the color of your hair, wear sunglasses, right? Hide distinguishing features about yourself. Hide your tattoos if you think that could be a distinguishing feature. I could put a Band-Aid around this tattoo, you know what I mean? And in addition to hiding the way backpacks look, if you still want a tactical backpack, I say go for it, right? And if you're worried about being sought out because of that tactical backpack, you just want to protect yourself the best that you can, right? And I understand that. Go ahead and throw a jacket over it. Or throw like a gray shamag or like a little blanket or something over it. You could do that for your kids' backpacks as well. Throw something over it. Nobody will be none the wiser. But the fact still remains, if somebody who is desperate, let's say it's been 3 days and they have not eaten, and they see your backpack, and they say to themselves, they could have food. Desperate people do desperate things. So it doesn't matter at that point what type of backpack you have. They're just hungry. And they see that you have stuff. And they're going to go after you. They could go after you. Not that they're going to, but the way that you act and the way that you portray yourself is going to be making yourself a harder target than what you wear. Okay? Now, this is going to change greatly depending on your area, okay? Your area will definitely dictate how you look and act and dress and all these different things. But at the same time, I wouldn't really dress so differently that you're just like a completely different person, you know what I mean? Women can still dress in dresses, men wear suits, all these things. Like, it's not like, I look at somebody who's wearing a dress out in the country and be like, oh, you're wearing a dress? Where do you think you are? No, I don't care. Like, again, it's gray man, I think, in my personal opinion, is more about how you carry yourself and how you look and how you act and the vibe that you put out. Like you're walking into a store, like you're about to go kill Captain America, you know what I mean? Like you have that vibe. Don't mess with me. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, kind of what you're wearing after that. Now I have seen some people do bold things, like people pulling Trump hats off of people, things like that, really bold things. And I think it's mostly because they think that they can get away with it. Our society has gotten to the point where, people are getting away with more things because people won't retaliate because they have a fear of, whatever's going to come next, or they're not confident, or they don't want to do confrontation. I understand all of that, but if you're going to be wearing controversial things, then you have to understand there may be controversial conversations. But I tell you what, maybe it's just the areas that I've been in, but even being here in Alaska, I've gotten more positive reactions if I open carry than not. I've gotten more positive reactions when I wear, my kind of controversial shirts, my purple shirts or whatever. I get more positive reactions. My husband has a shirt that says, just a dad trying not to raise communists. And he gets way more positive reactions than he does negative. And honestly, I've never seen anybody ever give like a sneer or a weird look or anything like that. Do not forget that you can still hide stuff. You can put on a jacket, right? And hide that controversial shirt. Like I'm wearing a shirt right now from 511. These are all cartridges, different cartridges. And I can just put on a jacket, right? Or put on a vest if it's too hot or whatever. Or change my shirt. I mean, like if I really don't want to stand out, then I'll change my clothes. You know what I mean? I'll throw a jacket over or a tarp or a trash bag or whatever. Like I'll throw something over my backpack or whatever. There are ways to hide things so that you're not standing out so much. So I'm not saying, you go ahead and walk down the street in complete tech gear and, you're good. No, I'm not saying that at all. We still have to understand that people will notice things out of the norm. So if you're really standing out like that, and there's nobody else, in complete tactical gear, you will stand out. Okay? If there's nobody else open carrying, you'll probably stand out, but is it going to be that big of a deal, especially in like a constitutional carry state? You know what I mean? most of those people know about this, and it's not really that big of a deal to them. When I lived in Arizona, I was well received when I open carried. So it's just different places, different mindsets, and you know your area best. I don't want you to conform, but I want you to seriously think about your environment, how you could be dressing, how you can hide certain things if you don't want to stand out, and how just generally how to carry yourself, how to act, and how to perceive yourself as a hard target. Those are all going to be so important. So think about it. Figure out, what's going to be best for you in your area. Every single area is different. Every single region is different. But make it work. Anything can be hidden. Anything can be changed. Everything can be adapted. And we can always, overcome. That's right. Thank you all so much for watching this really long rant, but I just wanted to get my ideas out there and make sure that I wasn't being misconstrued in any way, right? Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.